News Center 25 Weekend Edition at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News Center 25 at 5. I'm Abby Rocha. Last night, Victoria police responded to a deadly hit and run off of East Rio Grande in Del Mar Drive. Upon arrival, police discovered a deceased victim who was described as a Hispanic male who has not yet been identified. Due to the area having hardly any traffic, there were not any witnesses to the incident and police are still searching for a suspect. BPD is investigating to positively identify the victim and the car that hit him. They say that hopefully tomorrow after an autopsy is done, they will have his identity. BPD is urging anyone who lives in the area or who may have seen the incident occurred to call their non-emergency number at 361-573-3221. In Orange County, Florida, an 83-year-old woman is dead and 4 others have been rushed to a hospital after a drive-by shooting. 29-year-old Bill Disrogers was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder. Officials say a group of 5 people were walking down the sidewalk when a car driving down the street opened fire. It is believed that an altercation at another location led to the shooting. Ruby Steplight suffered a fatal gunshot wound, while the remaining 4 were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Several people were sent to the hospital after a school bus rolled over on a Texas highway. It happened shortly after 3 p.m. on Saturday along Highway 281 in Lampasas County. Authorities say the bus was traveling from Norman, Oklahoma, when the driver lost control of the vehicle.
All we know right now is that it was raining at the time during the crash. We know that the school bus overturned and went through a fence, and we're still investigating to actually determine a contributing factor.
Authorities believe the bus hydroplaned, then rolled over once the driver tried to correct it. 26 of the 27 passengers on board were taken to nearby hospitals. The investigation remains ongoing at this time. In Pennsylvania, at least 1 person is dead following a mysterious car explosion. It happened around 9:30 Saturday night at an intersection in Allentown. So far, authorities do not know what caused the blast, but believe it may have been intentional. At least 50 ATF agents were on the scene. Authorities have confirmed at least 1 death. However, there could possibly be more. FBI personnel will be on hand assisting with law enforcement officials to investigate the explosion. And now it's time to talk weather on this Sunday evening. Taking a first look at your forecast, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Alexander to see what the rest of your week will look like. Bill?
I'll tell you what, Abby, the rain came out in droves today. We still got a lot of clouds out there, a lot of rain ongoing. Some folks over an inch and a half of rain, and over 2 inches in some areas. We're still looking at rain in the area. Temperatures only in the 70s to around 80 degrees. The wind is generally out of the east at 4 to 8 miles an hour. Here's that look at DTAR Doppler. The widespread rain and embedded thunderstorms over the northern portions of the area. Now moving to the north, there's still some light rain in the immediate Victoria area, but it is very light. Now the question is, will we see more of that tomorrow or less? And how about the rest of your week? And I'll answer those questions later in your hometown forecast. Abby?
Thanks, Bill. A 13-year-old boy is undergoing surgery and remains in critical condition after being attacked by a shark at a beach in Encinitas, California early Saturday morning. Officials have advised people to stay out of Beacons Beach until 7 a.m. Monday morning while they investigate. Witnesses say the boy was in the water with about 30 people catching lobster when he was bitten on the back. The shark hasn't been spotted since, but today lifeguard officials said they believe a great white shark could be responsible.
Situational awareness is everything when you're out in the water, and so like if you are out there surfing and you see something, the best thing to do is try to get a good ID on it. We have a lot of seals and a lot of dolphins also in the area too.
Police are using a drone to conduct an aerial surveillance of the ocean to look for any sharks that might be a threat. In Cape Coral, Florida, 1 person was killed and 3 people were hurt when the car they were in flipped off a house and crashed into a pool Saturday morning. Investigators say the 18-year-old driver was speeding when he ran a stop sign, hit a mailbox, and then collided with a boat, which caused the car to flip onto the roof of the house and tumble into a pool. Rescue crews pulled 3 people out who were trapped underwater and took them to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The 20-year-old front seat passenger did not survive. Police say alcohol and drugs were not a factor. A small group of protesters gathered outside the 66th annual Red Mass in D.C. as Catholics gathered to pray for the U.S. Supreme Court and other senior government officials. The group held signs that read "Stop Kavanaugh" and chanted, "We believe Anita Hill, we believe Christine Ford." The Red Mass is traditionally held on the Sunday before the U.S. Supreme Court's new term opens. Members of the community joined legislators at the Cathedral of St. Matthew the Apostle to pray for guidance in the nation's leaders. Saturday discussing the condition of women's health care in the state. This past Thursday, she was inside of the room in Washington, D.C., where the Senate Judiciary Committee was conducting the Kavanaugh-Ford hearing. While speaking to reporters, Milano shared why she sat in on the monumental hearing, plus the importance of women's equality in all aspects.
The Kavanaugh hearing, it was truly intense. I felt like I needed to be there to support Dr. Ford and survivors everywhere, to really just be there and represent what being a survivor means. And I felt honored to be there and witness, hopefully, a moment of history.
Today, the DeWitt County Historical Commission held their dedication to the Let Freedom Ring musical park. News Center 25's David Gibson attended the event and joined us live to talk about the event. David?
That's right, Abby. Even on a rainy day, it was a sigh of relief for the DeWitt County Historical Commission because the Let Freedom Ring Park was dedicated today. And as you can see behind me, there's pavers in the ground. There's a bell to my left to remember all those veterans, past, present, and future. And if you were here at the ceremony, you can see the emotion in the veterans' faces as they were so grateful to be remembered. And let me step out of the way and show you something. And while you're remembering those veterans with the pavers, you can come over here, play musical instruments, have a little fun with your family. So Crossroads, come on out here to Cuero to have some fun and remember those who fought for your freedom. And coming up on News Center 25 at 10, I spoke with a veteran on what this park means to him. In Cuero, I'm David Gibson for your Hometown News.
Stay with us. Coming up on News Center 25 at 5, President Trump was at a rally overnight in West Virginia, ripping the Democrats for their treatment of Supreme Court nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh. The details coming up.
Doppler indicated a rainfall pattern for the last 12 hours. Notice the maximum there around Port Lavaca at 2.7 inches. Now we're going to see the showers continue overnight, but only very isolated. Then they ramp up again tomorrow, another big rain day. What about the rest of the week? We'll talk about that later in your hometown forecast.
Excuse me. Coming up on Community Crossroads this weekend, we're meeting with Claude and Mary Virginia Jacobs. They've been selected by the Boy Scouts of America to receive the Distinguished Citizens Award. We'll meet with two other nonprofits they support, including the Bluebonnet Youth Ranch and the Charity Concert Series.
It was sort of a real surprise and a shock because it was really an honor to be selected, but there are so many people in Victoria that do so much for so many other people. They could have selected, but we're really honored and we appreciate that, but we were surprised, very much so.
If you have a story idea for Community Crossroads, email James Munoz at jmunoz@victoriatelevision.com. To catch Community Crossroads, come to crossroadstoday.com and click on TV schedule.
Excuse me, this bill is almost double what I was expecting.
Well, it covers all your work and then some.
Then some?
Like office supplies.
Those are fish.
Well, I'm off to the club.
Then some?
Okay, let's try something new.
And here's your statement.
I could hug you.
Bring it in.
At Aspen Dental, we're a different kind of dentist. Not covered by insurance? Get a free new patient exam. Schedule online or call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Hey everyone, come see what's new at the Barbara Bauer Briggs Family YMCA. Our state-of-the-art fitness center is filled with $500,000 in new workout equipment. Feel the burn in our weight room, customized with rubber plates, rubber dumbbells, and free weight equipment. Ask about our certified swim lessons for all levels. Make it a family event and bring your kids to the new nursery while you work out. Your kids will enjoy a supervised play date with our amazing staff. Come take a tour at the Barbara Bauer Briggs Family YMCA. For more information, go to ymcavictoria.org.
Attention all Adopt a Beach volunteers. For the first time ever due to inclement weather, this year's fall cleanup has been rescheduled for Saturday, October 6th from 9 a.m. till noon. If you have already registered, your registration is transferred to October 6th. If you have not registered, you can do so by visiting texasadoptabeach.org or call 877-TX-COAST. Tell your friends and family to come to the Fall Adopt a Beach cleanup on Saturday, October 6th from 9 until noon. Please go to texasadoptabeach.org or call 877-TX-COAST for more information.
Opening August 31st, the Nave Museum proudly presents An Ethereal Dialogue by Dawn Waters Baker and Mary Tomas. Through their unique painting styles of layered color and the dramatic use of light and dark, these two artists create a heightened sensorial experience. They depict the essence of beauty and mystery of the natural world that surrounds us all. Proudly sponsored by the Victoria Television Group.
Welcome back. President Trump at a rally overnight in West Virginia, ripping the Democrats for their treatment of Supreme Court nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh. However, before the rally, the president assured reporters that the FBI will have, quote, free rein to investigate the sexual assault allegations against Kavanaugh. This as there are now new questions about whether this is actually true. Tara Palmieri has the latest.